So it is very cold here in Cape Town on this beautiful Friday winter morning, and I hope that you are warm. And I have committed, as you know, to share weekly learnings from our team coaching practice. So what I'd like to share today is around the team understanding, not from a head space, but from a heart and a body space, an embodied place. The difference between how teams show up as a collective versus a bunch of individuals. So in my practice, when I start contracting with teams, I explain to them the difference between individual coaching and team coaching. And when I explain what team coaching is, I refer to Hackman's work and several others that position that a team is more than the sum of its parts. So that's a systemic definition that a lot of us as team coaches know. So when I do an assessment, for example, whether it's Enneagram or BMAPs or whatever, oftentimes the assumption could be that the team's behavior is a sum of every individual's behavior. And that's oftentimes how teams think about how they work. It's oftentimes how leaders think how they work. If we can only understand everybody's preferences, we can only understand everybody's personality, and everybody can understand how everybody wants to be treated, then we'll be okay. We can spend months exploring that and still not form a team. So the process for a team to understand in their head is usually me drawing a circle and explaining, that you've got individuals in the circle. Sometimes I even let them do it so that it's their system, their energy, whatever. And then I explain the concept that as a team, you form a separate entity and that entity is unique. I sometimes explain that, when you go out to a mall and you watch a whole bunch of kids running around and walking around, and they're all arm in arm, and they laughing and jovial together. And a week later, you go to the mall again. You see same group of friends, but this time three of the group is not there. That group behaves entirely differently. It's because that entity is different. Every team entity is different depending on who's there. So, with that explained, they get it. They get it here, but it's not necessarily here and embodied that they can feel it. So as soon as I can, I look for an opportunity for the team to feel that difference, where we're no longer talking about my personality and my preference for how things should be, or how I would like to be treated, or how I think other people want to be treated, but that we get to an experience of the difference between individual and team and what the team is actually asking for. So usually that is a moment of crisis or a moment of tension or pressure being added, or where there may be conflict in the team or an old issue that is raised. And what I then do is I ask the team to look at what they need as individuals, asking them silently to reflect on that before they answer. And then I ask them to look at what the team as a whole needs to have happen right now. Sometimes I do it the other way around. And many times you'll see in their conversation unfolding that people are still moving between what they need as individuals, which I then observe, and the exploration. Then sometimes people identify, okay, so I think the team needs us to, etc., etc., etc. And that then starts to show and experientially help people to explore that difference between the importance of the self in contrast to the importance of the team. How's this landing for you? How do you bring this awareness into your team coaching? I'd love to hear what you have to say.